Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to a history of moi, yours truly, the Doctor of Reality, Harry Hubbard. This is a brief history about me and what I do, what I did, and how I got here. And when I started this project, I supposed that I could just knock it right out. I had all these old VHS tapes. Well, it took me hours to transpose those VHS tapes to SD cards. And then it took hours and hours to cut it down and edit, because I had like 10.5 hours of video that I wanted to cut down to an hour and a half. So it's kind of chopped up a little bit, but it's cohesive and it has a flow to it. Even the dates are spread out. What you're about to see comes from the years 94, 1995, and 1996. It's going to show you how I lived on the road and how I lived in my homes, my condo on the beach, my ranch house in Palm Bay. And I'm doing this for all my friends that live in Florida, Georgia, and Illinois. Because the people in Illinois, they had no clue what I did in Florida. My Florida friends and co-workers, they didn't know what I did in Illinois or in Georgia or whatever. And the people in Georgia, they didn't know what went on in Florida or Illinois. And as near as I can figure, there were only 3 people that knew more of the big picture than anyone else. And that was Steve Babb and Fred Schindel, founding composers and musicians of Glass Hammer, and of course my colleague Paul Shafranca. And I'm going to be showing several different things unfortunately though, I can't find any footage of my recording studio in Cape Canaveral or my office in Cape Canaveral. And I don't have any footage that I can find at this time of the first couple of Glass Hammer studios, because I videotaped that too, us building studios. And unfortunately, I can't find any of my live footage of Glass Hammer, either practicing or in concert. But this video might have been several hours long if I had, so I guess it's okay. And I don't have any footage of my pet snakes in their cage. I had a big cage full of snakes that at my shop in Melbourne. Now, my main company was called Cybertech Systems. And Cybertech Systems was an electromechanical industrial service facility. We worked on pumps, motors for condominium complexes in up and down the beach in Florida. We did golf course and baseball field, irrigation systems. And I also worked on designing and building hazardous waste transfer systems. I was OSHA certified level A, and that was a big part of our income at that time. Hence, that's where I get my background in chemistry, which I don't even do videos on. I'm going to start with some hotel and motel rooms that I stayed at on the road, and then I'm going to go to the condo on the ocean in Cocoa Beach. And then we're going to go to Madphat studio, recording studio, with my dear longtime friend Ken Page, where we were working on a music project there, and I just set the camera up. And from there, we're next going to step into an ancient grotto system carved into the side of a cliff just below DeSoto Falls over in Alabama. It's very interesting, and I can't find anything online about it, so I decided to throw it in there. Very fascinating ancient dwellings there. And then we're going to go back to Cybertech Systems. I'm going to take you and introduce you to some of my my employees there. And we're going to go into my library. The second rendition of my library, part of the book, most of the books. And then we're going to go back into the shop, and I'm going to be showing in detail more what we do there, what we did. And then we're going back to Madphat Studios and finish up that music project. And after that, I'm going to take you to my ranch house in Palm Bay, Florida, just off Salazar. And I'm going to end with some Illinois footage of my way to work. From where I lived at the time, down through the fields and into the woods. And the very last thing is going to be a nighttime dig on some of the property that I leased out. So hope you enjoy this. It is what it is. And it was a pain to bring to you. I hope it turns out all right. Thank you.
Motel somewhere, Illinois. Just want to show you that, to prove that I'm still the same person that I am when I'm at home, and that I have managed to be able to live and survive. But after about 15 minutes, when I move into a place, it begins to take on the same shape and form as a typical hairy warehouse. In the saga of a day in life. This is at the condo. I don't know if I ever had it on video anywhere. This is coming in, and the front cord of the hallway is the lithograph collection. Kinds of neat little stuff like this. Let's see if that picks up. And this is the bedroom. And on this wall we got some maps. That's the Terra Australis map. And that's the Arctic Pole, Matthias Quadus. And there's part of the Kircher collection. That's where it is. Come in here. Just gonna pan around. Standing at the hallway. There's several more of the lifts over here. And that's the hallway. There's the table. If you can tell, that's a table under there. The place usually doesn't look this cleaned up. This is where I make my maps. On through here. You can tell I'm set up to entertain guests. This right here is where this is how I make the videos. Put it up there and set the camera down in that. That's the map carry-in case. Here's all this stuff over here for playback and recording. And there's these maps. That's the Colton. The Ultra map, I guess this map of Alexander's tomb has to sit right on the wall with all these other famous maps. I've cut the light on in the inside of this cabinet here. See how this turns out. It's got this is the Condo books, stuff for general interest. Whoever's staying here can check them out. Some strange Bible translations. A couple of books about 300 or 400 years old, and some off-the-wall occult books. This is where I keep the 1871 Secret Service book, which is pretty rare. There's a cabinet over there. These are all ceramics that my mom did. There's a little map there. There's another little map there. And I get a shot of the kitchen from this angle here. You go out the door. And there's the ocean. It's moonlight. And that's what it's like living in paradise. Alright, so there's the thing starts and you happen to do what?
What do you mean?
Show it to me again, what you got going.
I think I'll start with this one.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
Here is a flash from the Associated Press.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
Here is a flash from the Associated Press.
From the White House, the CBS network presents a special address by the President of the United States.
The White House, Washington, D.C.
I can either end with this
The
one,
President of the United States of America.
let the music go my fellow Americans, or go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Yes, I like that.
Okay.
I like that. That last one to kind of push it in after. Maybe while the other one, where is that?
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
The White House, the White House, Washington, D.C. The President of the United States of America.
Music swells.
and now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
While that music is still in a swell,
Okay.
pop that other guy in. They're all going to play on top of each
Well,
other
I'll tell you what, I can sequence it real easy, real fast. No problem at all.
without having to do anything else, because we're not using any of that,
All I
right?
gotta do is hit play, and then it'll play the whole thing. Here we
Mr.
are.
Madphat himself.
Madphat Studios, right here in Madphat Kitchen. Okay, once you get calling the computer up here, man. See if I can get it to work.
Go for it. All kinds of...
All right, wait a minute. How do we hear?
My fellow Americans,
There we go.
together we've come down a long road in our fight against drugs,
Okay.
civil unrest, and the epidemic of violent...
Let's see if that's the only one, or if there's another one after this, because I think the second one was the one we kept. Well, let's hear it. Let me rewind it. All the way to the begin. You getting Madphats on? Is everything
Yep, getting
there?
Madphats.
See, that's why this is in case everything gets stolen. At least we got. I'll have memories of it from the video there.
Yeah.
Are you taping?
Yeah.
Okay, because when the federal marshals come get me, I want a remembrance of what I had here. But they decide that thinking is now illegal.
The thought police.
Yeah, when they come to
They're
get
coming to get you.
Flash from the Associated Press.
From the White House, the CBS
Still that
network
screen
presents a
comes
special address by the President of the United States.
The White House, Washington, D.C. The President of the United States of America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
How's that?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I think we ought to just split them up at like about a 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 2:30, 9:30.
Okay.
And just every other one, you know. Make it 9:30. The mouth of it here is probably about 40 feet. And it extends on back in through here. You know, such a wonderful cave, and they didn't find any prehistoric evolutionary man in here, did they? That little aperture there is probably about 75 feet away. This rock here in the center is probably about 50 feet away. Standing in the middle at the opening. We're going to pan across these walls in hopes to the lore here is that this is a Welch Cave, that's what they call it. It's what the local natives call it, is the Welch Caves. Right there looks like Kermit the Frog. So we're going to walk in. Going on in. The ceiling is about 14 feet high at the entrance, and then as you come back right here, it's about 8 feet to 12 feet. We can show flashback in that corner there. There's a little crevice-like cavity back in there. Does that go anywhere, Paul? Does that connect to the other one?
Let me take a look.
While he's looking there, we're going to just scan some more. At the end back there, looks like it goes down to 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet of crawl space. The ceiling now at this point is about 6 inches above my head. And down in that area there, you can go back. Okay, this looks like it goes on back. And what does it look like?
It keeps on going back and back. There's this little rocks back there. I just wonder if there's anything I find it.
Okay. At the back of the cave, to about the last place where I can comfortably stand straight up. I guess I'm facing out towards the east. And we'll leave it on and walk back up. There's water dripping. You can see there's these huge rocks, several big stones here. Big holes. These holes are probably where people have dug for artifacts. Paul's moving in. To show it from the front. Doesn't look like they go back very far. There's another series over here. A little hole in there, a little hangout place. And right through there is DeSoto Falls. Inside looking out. The tallest place of the opening is probably about 7 feet. It'll be right here. And the maximum depth, I'd say, will be about 12, 13, 14 feet. Come up over here. This looks like about an 8-foot diameter round room in here. And how tall is that in the roof? About 3 feet? 3 to 4 feet. Place you get a good decent place to crash if it was raining. It appears as though that notorious pathway would run much along this direction here. Whether some of it's washed out or broken out, we don't know. I'm just going to pan this way here, show some of it. And it's a man-made hole. If you come around here, well, first of all, right out at the mouth of it is about a 200-foot drop. You can come down that pathway, that little narrow pathway, and right here, there's a crack in the big wall here. And around this corner here, these caves are said to be built by the Welsh back in the 800s. That's what the local folklore says. And all these rooms are connected. Idea being that the only way to get here is down that little path. And whoever comes down the path, they had a bunch of sticks in here. They just push them over the cliff with the sticks. And it's a pretty big drop off there, ain't it? So what's on around this corner here? Another passageway. And the creek's just right down there. See, that's connected back up in there. Isn't it? Yeah. Way back up in there. Did you see that? It's right here at the mouth of this big room. Here's another one. Right over here. And I think it connects to somewhere else, don't it? Yeah. Somewhere around. Falls all right through those trees over there. And it just goes right off down like that. This is the falls from just a few feet north, probably. How far away from that other hole? About 150 feet north of it. Get a good shot of that gorge. Alright, we're going to show what 1612 Cooling Avenue is. Cybertech Systems. Here's where we are in Florida. Some of the vehicles in our fleet. We have these big, huge trees that are real old. And we're going to take a tour, kind of. Show you different things now. We look real close, like right underneath there, looking right dead at us, is one of the cats that live here. That's Tep Tep. It looks like she's coming over here. She sees us. She's a hound. And she is a talker. She thinks she rules the roost here. Isn't that right, Taff? You gonna say something to us? Look up here in the camera. Janie and Zomer reading a book. Zomer is the big cat. He's a ham too.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Rebecca. Everybody that sees this, my family up north.
Okay. Hi, family up north.
This is my office. This is Rebecca's desk here, where she works. And from right down there, all the way down here, that's all me. That's what I have to do anything. Until all of my immediate reading books here. Nice little red desk. Now we have to... No, where's he at? Oh, he's on there. This is the shop. This right here is all our test panels for AC transformers. All this is DC power stuff and some AC power panels. This right here is some of the stuff we do. We do motors like this. This is a typical AC motor. And this right here is a little black motor. This is a DC motor. Give you some idea. There's a pump from some hospital. All this is supplies. Stuff. Some down here. This is the winding area here. Probably get a shot of somebody winding a motor later. Cut the head off a winder, off a stator, see? And this is Ron. Hey, Ron. Hi, Jerry. He's our surfer dude. Stock up, Ron. Give us that cute little... Smile, there's some women watching this now. He tears me up. There's the Jim. Say hi, Jim. Hi. And back behind them over there is a balancing machine. Let's see if we can get a shot of it here. What this thing does. This thing here. And all the other stuff to it is over there. like a real factory. And just outside is the boom truck. That we go and get the stuff with. 6-ton boom truck. And here's Rebecca out here in the lot with the big old fat Zomer. He's a schmoozer. He schmoozes the women here. And there's Taff. Say hey, Taff.
Head at you.
Oh, big ol' yawn. It's more about big trees. Picturesque. They're loaded with moss. The moss sometimes kills the trees. In here, you walk in here, then you come into this door right here. Well, this right here is all of our stainless steel bins. All stainless. It's the only thing you can use in Florida. And then you open this door here. See if I can get a little bit more light up here. It's kind of dark in here, but this is the Bible rack here. All of these are Bibles from everywhere, and scholarly. There's some Hebrew stuff and some Bible stuff. All kinds of Bibles. Bibles, Bibles, Bibles. Bibles. More Bibles, more Bibles, more Bibles. Concordances, more Bibles. Get a shot all up here is UFO and Phenomena books. And there's a bunch of ancient alphabet stuff, undercover stuff. That right there is the dictionary rack. That's a 1774 Britannica. And right next to it is a Webster's first edition. There's a periodic table on the wall. Every scholar has to have a periodic table. And just going around here some. The top two shelves there are American history, United States history. This is all presidents. Right here is profiles and courage. Underneath that is ancient history or world history. And in this section here, there's so many books missing because that's the ancient history, Roman and Greek. And down there is some more antiquarian history. Right along the bottom there is all legal stuff. And coming back through here, there's the 1929 Britannicas, a bunch of John Bircher books, conspiracy books, CIA, espionage. Right here is science and chemistry. Of old book sets from the 1800s. Okay, starting up on the top up here is 1879. The American Encyclopedia. These are beautiful bound books. Prize books. And then after that we start the 1947 series Encyclopedia Americana. Here we have one of the prides of this library, the Encyclopedia Judaica. And then there's 1871, 4-volume series of the history of the world. 1868, Great Men and Famous Women. Come around through here. This whole section here is the North Pole and Arctic regions. And right here, this is pretty interesting. This is all the North Pole region books. Several first edition birds, no longer on the map, all about the Northwest Passages of old. And medieval history, World War II. And there's a dandy one there. And up there's more, that's Americana, Native American history. That's Museum of History, 1878. North American Antiquity. These books cost several hundreds of dollars. There's my signed Burnt Lance. There's the 1850 History of Slavery. The book cost a fortune. And right up above it is the American Slave Code. Goodell, 1857, I believe. And then back through here, there's a rare set, a 1898 Encyclopedia History of Freemasonry. And then next to it is the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. And this whole shelf here is all Freemason stuff. They love these little code books, these little bitty books. And then there's a bunch of weird stuff. And then below that is all Russian books and communist. Some of those are actually printed in Moscow. And they're printed in Moscow and they're written in English. Very peculiar, wouldn't you say? And then down towards the bottom is health books. And then there's the second row from the bottom is all satanic and cult books. Stuff like that. I don't know if I can get a shot of it better over here. Satan's Bible, a bunch of garbage, but you just have to have it. It's all fiction. And health and herb books. And over here we have more science, biology, numismatics, fluid, hydraulics, Tesla stuff. And then up above that is we have Presbyterian, Lutheran, Baptist, and Methodist books, that kind of stuff. in, and it's had lightning damage done to it. Okay, point. Okay. Yeah. I'll blow it in right here. Okay, now, go ahead and... Do you have a monitor or something right here? We wanted to invite you along to see what happens at America's #1 fully computerized digital studio, Madphat on the ocean in Cocoa Beach, Florida. 1994.
The United States.
The White House, Washington, D.C. The President of the United States of America.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Madphat. Man, what if you were skinny, what the hell would your company be named? Mad Skinny? Mad Slim Studios.
The Angry Slim.
Biatch.
Biatch!
Aggravated biatch.
Alright, it's almost done. And we're complete now. Okay, what do you want to do now? Hear it again?
I need to go ahead. This is what we're going to.
Okay. Okay, here, you got the chair.
Yeah, let me have the...
You're in control again, man.
I need my damn Mason hat. Where's Uncle Sammy? Uncle Sam.
No, Uncle Sam.
Okay. The hell about the rest of the world, thanks.
I haven't heard this in a long time either. I like it.
Thanks. The hell with what the rest of the world thinks. The hell with.
Didn't Chet die?
Oh yeah, a bunch of them, those guys are dead. Harold K. Smith. You poor pitiful thing. He's so pitiful. He's so pitiful. He works so hard. He has to put up with everybody petting him.
Yeah. Are we doing one?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
All right, you just tell me when to hit this.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
Perfect.
My fellow Americans, together we've come down a long road in our fight against drugs, civil unrest, and the epidemic of violent crime throughout America. We have implemented rehabilitation programs and clinics, terrorists outside of the White House.
I think if I move that, it messes the headphones, everything else. Okay. I don't know, we'll mess with it.
Millions of Americans are also plagued daily with the constant threat of losing their lives and families. Action program. I issued a decree and entered in the Federal Register Executive Order 11490. Minutes ago, I authorized the reassignment of control of all transportation 72 hours to register at their nearest postal station and will receive upon registration special instructions for this crisis. This act will temporarily mandate a national curfew, also beginning tonight at midnight.
Get on your voice over
At
here.
this moment,
Madphat's may be being moved soon to a new location, so stay tuned. Warning, 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 warning. President, y'all. No, I can't better.
You like that? I thought it was cool.
Oh, you read my mind, man.
together we've come down a long road in our fight against drugs.
I like it when it is.
Civil unrest,
That's how I got warning.
violent crime throughout America. We have implemented implemented rehabilitation programs and clinics, built new and larger prisons to incarcerate the growing increase of violent criminals, educated our children in the public schools, and aired television specials on how you and I can combat violent crime and drug abuse throughout our country. I'm deeply saddened that our efforts to eliminate drugs and violence are failing. Now we're faced with the growing threat of terrorism. 6 hours ago, FBI agents apprehended a small band of terrorists outside of the White House, attempting to destroy the Oval Office and assassinate your president. Millions of Americans are also plagued daily with the constant threat of losing their lives and families due to the increase of terrorism and civil unrest all across our nation. While we have been successful in many of our attempts to apprehend suspects of terrorism, such as the successful operation 6 hours ago, we do not have the manpower to combat this activity nationwide. It is therefore become imperative to enact special crisis action programs. 15 days ago, I issued a decree and entered in the Federal Register Executive Order 11490. Minutes ago, I authorized the reassignment of control of all transportation, communication, utilities, industry, farms, waterways, public and private schools, medical facilities, and postal service to FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Beginning tonight at midnight, every citizen and alien has 72 hours to register at their nearest postal station and will receive, upon registration, special instructions for this crisis. This act will temporarily mandate a national curfew. Also, beginning tonight at this moment, United Nations troops are mobilizing and securing designated sectors nationwide to confiscate all firearms and illegal contraband. America is in a state of national emergency, and I will use whatever force is necessary to combat the terrorists, criminals, drug peddlers, and those looting and burning our cities. Because of the crisis facing our nation, I have expanded Executive Order 11490 into martial law. At this time, the Constitution and Bill of Rights have been suspended indefinitely. It is the duty of all patriotic Americans to understand that this is essential to our national security and continued well-being as a nation.
Sounds good.
I'll remind you of it to bring it down on a Thursday.
Yeah, I'm about 5 papers anyway.
Okay. I'm glad that's never happened to me.
It has me.
I know. And this is Madphat, which may be moved to a new location soon. Stay tuned.
Well, Madphat is everywhere. On the beach one day, down on the sand. United States of America. Where's Uncle Sam? See, I know this one by heart. Gotta have some cool little dance skills.
Who are they on board with? Okay, so let's see if you move. You know, you're incriminating yourself when the federal marshals are going to
and intimidation of the press. Oh my gosh, this is America, isn't America, is America, is America, is America.
Okay, new. Fine.
And new rules and regulations. Curfew starts at midnight. Insubordination. All weapons are seized. All weapons will be confiscated. Sanitation. All illegal contraband and drugs will be taken. All gold and silver coins must be surrendered at the station. All family medical records will be searched for information. And once a month, a health official from administration your residential urine samples taken. Anyone caught imbibing illegal medication will be taken into custody. Incarceration. Female out controls all means of transportation.
Get in there, get it.
Female out
More face.
all means of communication.
That's it, more face.
Female out controls health and education. Female out controls it all. The whole nation. Finally got our equal rights. We're all one population. Equal because we got no rights. Martial law has hit the nation. Yeah, it's martial law in the USA.
Really good, Aaron.
Martial law in the USA.
Thanks, focus it right on you, too, man.
Martial law in the USA.
Look at that, whatever you do, man.
Martial law. Martial law. Do something. Look at that. Broadcast tour bus on all the news they could. Lock up no black man. No black man's got no votes, no brains, can bring no drugs to sell. We'll fry our mind and burn our brains. Drugs must come from hell. Hell shifts the government trying to keep you down. New world order decadence. Spin your head around. The systematic pressure from above and from below.
Pressure from above,
Up in
pressure from below,
international
man.
bankers. One world government control. So it's martial law in the USA. New world order is here to stay. Martial law in the USA. America is going straight. Martial law in the USA. All right. Nothing else to do but pray. And I got nothing else to say. But martial law in the USA. 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 Martial law in the USA.
Man, I forgot how powerful a piece that was.
Mighty damn powerful piece.
edition of A Day in the Life. And this is Lovey Dovey. Hey, Lovey Dovey. This means that she wants to be fed. Isn't that right, Lovey Dovey? Okay, we're going to show the ranch house. This is just as you're coming in the doorway here. And here you come into this little foyer room. This is where the house stereo system is. And I'm just going to turn around. Here's the bookshelf here, loaded with stuff. And underneath this is a love seat covered with maps. And that's that King James 1612 Bible. And here's famous totes, maps, the play model is down there. Here's the kitchen, it's relatively clean. And here's the table, it makes up for it. Lovey Dovey scrambling. I'll get to you in a minute, Lovey Dovey. This is the back porch. This is where we cook a lot of steaks. There's a jacuzzi. This is the living room. I can turn some light on here. There's the Arrowhead collection. And a bunch of books. Let me get it. There he is. He's got a name. I don't know what it is, but he has been named. Carved by the same man that carved that line there. Leonard Lane carved that. And I traded that little red scooter for that sandstone head. Another bookshelf. It's all language dictionaries there. These are all history books, encyclopedias. Here's another bookshelf. This is where I keep all the really esoteric stuff. There's a small little encyclopedia set there from 1633. There's the two books there from the early 1700s. Lots of real old books in here. There's probably over 1,000 years of age there in books. This is a video room here. It's where we set the camera up. I set the camera up there. And I shoot right along in that, right along in there. See, I got the lights here, and that's the one of the Q monitor. And we got wire the little microphone up and just kind of hone in on it there, and you can see how we do that. This is where yours truly lives, or can you tell? We'll give you a tour here. First of all, look at the floor. indicative table with a computer and both the printers. There's a vacuum cleaner there. There's my bed. One of these beds that I'm crashing on now. And here's the bedroom bookcase. Get your Judaica's. Lots of Indian, South American stuff. South America. See that it is 5:15 in the morning. Here I'm just getting ready for a road trip here. And look at that. And that's me. I'm in the paper. Matter of fact, I'm in a bunch of papers. And all kinds of papers. And now you see what the ranch is like. Who's that? Yeah. Over to the right, we got the first work table. Actually, the only work table. You can see its indicative nature. The closet. This is the bed. Maps. You give me a king-size bed and I don't know what to do with it, so I just work on it. There's where I sleep. And here's this. See if we can catch the Weather Channel here. Not too bad, huh? Heater here. We've had to have the heaters on because it's cold up here. Here's the main office. Can we do this right now? It doesn't want to do it right, does it? Telecommunications with the outside world. The throne. I spend a lot of time here because we eat a lot of hot peppers up here, and this is where you end up sooner or later. It's a great deal of time. All right, we're going to show a little bit of this. This is the way to work. I'm going to just take down this trip here. Show what this is like. This is the fall. This is October of '96. You have to look down that way, make sure there's no cars. I don't know how these trees will show up. Going down this road here. Then you have to pull off the road here and head out through this field. This is a big hill. We're going to go around the back end of it. That's a real pretty holler way down there. I'll show it later maybe. This area is just absolutely beautiful this time of year. This is DJ's corn right here. This is Dogwood Corner. What's it called? Dogwood Corners. Good work. So here begins our draws. There's some real pretty trees in there. This is the way to work. That's a nice shot there. Get that on tape for me. So at least I'll remember what it looks like. That's Halfacre and Bloom's property line right there. We're on Halfacres right now. There's the famous gorge dip or clearings. We got to go this way though. That's a beautiful corner down there. And all this is just gorgeous. Now we're headed back south. No trespassing signs everywhere. We see all kinds of creatures out here at night. I wonder why. But we gotta keep going because we ain't there yet. Nice shot of those trees there. And coming in on the north side of Tomb Hill. And this right here is our current base op. Is this the one we were looking for the other night? No. Nope. That one said you see y'all located that one too? Found any relics or anything?
Stuff that's come out of it.
So about how deep are you now? Would you say?
Stand up, Ron. You put below me. 5 or 6 feet.
And it's still, it's going off towards an angle. It's not going straight down, is it? Okay, how does it look safe in there? Okay. Well, can I borrow that antique lamp?
Well, it is what it is. And I appreciate you staying with me this long. And I believe that in the next few videos you may understand why I put this together, as time consuming as it ended up being, because I felt it necessary to to put this out and give you more history on my background, where I came from, what I used to do, because I'm going to be coming after a few of my adversaries on a different level. And I want to dedicate this to all of my longtime friends and all of my former employees. We had a great time, didn't we? And those were the good old days, but we just didn't know it back then, did we? I don't think so. So, I hope you enjoy this little slideshow I put together at the end of this. It's going to show you different offices and libraries that I had, and a few different recording studios that I tracked in. And until next time, from the Doctor of Reality, peace out, brothers and sisters. I had like 12 VHS. Damn! Son of a bitch stung me.